Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat. It is Tuesday, the 25th of December, of May. I messed it up. Dates are hard, but it is the 25th of May, the 44th birthday of Star Wars. But more importantly, the 39th birthday of Return of the Jedi. So good. So good. Hey, everyone in the chat. Hey, everyone listening on the podcast. And welcome our co-host for the day from the Canto Bight Dispatch. It is my pal and maybe yours. I don't know. I can't vouch for you. I can't vouch for her. But it's Emily Lind. How you doing?
Hello. Glad to be joining you on this dreary December evening. Gearing up for Christmas.
Listen, this is the sort of disparaging best save for the chat, not for the person on screen with me. All right.
Okay.
So, how you doing, Emily? From the Canto Bight Dispatch. Also, happy birthday to your co-host Canto Brit, born on Star Wars Day, or is it Brittany Day? Star Wars started on Brittany Day.
Yeah, Star Wars went back in time so it could share Brittany's birthday.
No, it didn't go back. It was the world between worlds. It was the birthday between worlds. So, happy birthday to everyone. Everyone having a birthday this year. This episode goes out to you. To you. Emily, are you having a birthday this year?
At some point, I think I should.
All right. Happy birthday to you and everyone. On today's show, we've got so much to chat about. Kinda. My list has got I got stuff, but one of the main things that we will talk about towards the end of the show, we will take your feedback on this maybe the number one topic, the number one question in current Star Wars fandom, and that is, who is Fennec Shan working with? Now, if you, I guess you can look at the album art, but quite a Photoshop for those on the video version. Emily, would you have to agree, please?
There's a wide variety of people here.
Excellent. I wonder which one Emily will choose. I've got a guess. But I did a poll. Let's start with that. Something very trivial. And that would be, who's most likely to return to Star Wars again? Did you vote in this compelling little deal, Emily?
I didn't vote in it yet because I had to look up who one of the people was, and then I couldn't find it again on Twitter.
Oh, well, it's on the screen right now.
Yeah, I can't. Like, if I hit I don't think it'll let me vote by touching the screen.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, in the spirit of yesterday, it was Han Solo Day, make Solo happen day, or make Solo happen again. Keep Solo happen. Keep Solo solo. Keep him by himself, but on the screen. Something like that.
That's a great hashtag.
Thank you. So these are the options I put up. 2%. Who's most likely to return to Star Wars again? These are some, people that maybe have been in and out of Star Wars, express their dismay. 2% chose Harrison Ford. I would always have Harrison Ford. Now I'm just like, yeah, he'll come back, because someone in the comments said, oh, it's not going to be Harrison Ford. He'd rather crash a plane than do that. And I'm like, well, he has come back twice. So you fly a cargo plane of money up to Harrison's house, and he will appear in Star Wars for you. I once thought like you. 2% said Harrison Ford. Anyway, Alden Ehrenreich, who I should say used to just live out that window out that window in the apartment that I'm pointing at now. He lived in that apartment.
How do you even know that?
Carl, because one of my neighbors told me.
Oh, okay.
They didn't like him. But like, I just feel like they're just not the same sort of people. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when someone says they don't like someone, it's like, yeah, well, that could just be you and the type of person you are. Anyway, they didn't like him. But 70% said Alden, which I reckon's a pretty safe bet. 16% said Adam Driver. And my pick, 12%, 11.9 only, firmly defeated, went out to Hugh Quashie, Captain Panaka, voted down. So he was right when he said,
"This is a battle I do not think that we can win."
That's a good grab. That's a good grab.
You're very talented, Steele.
Thank you. Thank you. I love Hugh Quashie because he came to the Star Walking, I think it was Force 2. Or was it Force 3? Force 2. Force 3 it was Force 3 convention just after the Phantom Menace. And he was so distant. Like he was such a pleasant dude. Like he was a great guy and he was a great guest, but he was detached from the hype of Star Wars and was able to sort of talk about it without the fandom or the, like, do you know what I mean? Without the romanticism, he sort of was able to just to go, And then famously, when they wouldn't give him more money or show him the script, he said, "Nah, dog, I'm not coming back for Attack of the Clones." And just suit up Jay Lagaya, rip out one of his eyes, and say it's my cousin or something. And that's what happened. But so I remember when I was, when it was happening, like in that era, I was like, well, how do you ask Star Wars for more money or a script? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I didn't, like, I was sort of like, oh, what a stick in the mud. But now I'm just like, yeah, get paid, Quashie, get that sweet money. And he's still doing stuff all over the place, mainly in England. But,
I did have to look him up. And then I also had to try to remember who Captain Panaka was in the first place. But he seems to be like a decent theater career. So he doesn't, if you don't have an attachment to it, you do want more money and you do want to see the script because it's not, you don't have the, oh my God, I'm in Star Wars thing. Then it's just a job.
Yeah. And I feel like on face value immediately, Star Wars fans find that offensive because that's what I did. Do you know what I mean? Back then I was sort of like, just play along. But I don't know. They reached an agreement. He likes having more money, and they decided they didn't need him. So done. But one day, Mr. Quashie, we may see you again. But I would like to see Alden come back as Han Solo in some form, preferably a series. And it doesn't have to be about him. He can just drift in and out. I love that. I feel like Marvel's got that, where characters can just drift in and out. How are you doing? See you in a couple years. What's up? But that's just me. This one, Emily. Oh, should we say hey to everyone in the chat? Because all of a sudden there is so many bloody... Oh, there's so many of our buddies here. Lidra, Thurbo, who claims that he's your pal.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Confirmed?
Confirmed.
Okay. Sal's here. Sal, I don't know what's up with Sal. Always coughing in his elbow. I don't know if he's got that copy and pasted, but that is his number one comment in our chat, is always elbow coughs, and then he throws up some horns.
It's good to have a signature.
Yeah. Steele's neighbors like that YouTube guy. This is a good comment. Johnny G. Yes, Steele is talented. Oh, Rick Villanueva. Hey, Emily and guest. What?
Got it. Rick is a good guy. And he's smart and talented.
Sal says, I'm ignoring all that. Handsome. I'll give him handsome. Maybe in the Lando series. Actually, Rick's just reminded me of something. Maybe we'll check this out, because I also heard from our other buddy, Catherine Neen, and she said that she can't wait in the Patreon. She commented to listen to this when she gets home from helping the youth of Australia become better people, as she is a school teacher. But there is some, oh my stars, I'm getting hit with a lot of ads here. I'm on StarWarsNews.net and I'm getting attacked by, I don't know what is up with this. Is this ad with this goat I can't get rid of? John Cena's there denying that Taiwan's a country. Jesus, what is happening in the world? But there are some new pictures of the Andor set, which, here we go. I'm going to watch this video via Bespin Bulletin. But it does just look like they're filming an episode of Lost.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Oh, here we go. That looks like Lost, yeah?
Yeah, it does.
Where's Jack? There's one picture I saw that looked like it had there. They've got corrugated iron in Star Wars. Can you see that?
I like it.
Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Corrugated iron in Star Wars confirmed. This ad is just, look how big it is now. Lemonade. Oh, but you can see the corrugated iron behind it. So there we go. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm really getting excited now seeing this Boss Baby sequel ad. But
all right, getting rid of it. So, yeah, StarWarsNews.net or the Bespin Bulletin. Go check out some Andor set pictures. Catherine Neen. Emily.
Steele.
I don't know why, but today I had the urge to check out Mike Zero's YouTube page.
I think it might be because you're a masochist, but okay.
Now, I never click on any of the videos.
That's good. Nobody should.
But I like the thumbnails because they tell a story.
They certainly do.
Now, let's get this up on the screen. Share screen. Right there. As I pointed out on Twitter, the best place to point things out is there's a lot of things to take in here, and reality isn't one of them. Now, I first of all, I don't like to take pot shots at Star Wars fans and stuff, but this guy, you know, people say, oh, you know, leave him alone. Leave him alone, Emily. He's just a Star Wars fan peddling a harassment campaign through misinformation for money. Just leave him alone, you know?
Yeah, it's completely harmless.
He's just lying and targeting people for cash. What's wrong with that? Let him be. Isn't that what Star Wars fandom's all about? But the bit that I highlighted here, Emily, that I love in the blue, the main video says, Mike Zero, let me tell you the truth.
Famous truth teller, Mike Zero.
Buddy, we're giving you 5 years to tell the truth. So here are some of the big thumbnails that have come out of this just this week, maybe even just today. And we'll talk about this in a little bit. Kathleen Kennedy wants to rename Lucasfilm. Amazing. Like, could you think of a more just pure spit in the face of George Lucas and the fans than renaming Lucasfilm?
I mean, what perfect rage bait.
It is insane. And this is the thing, right, with this guy. And I do think in retrospect, Lucasfilm's strategy with the amount of information they let out and what they feed the fans, very restraintful. And I kind of think that left the door open for people like this to come in and chew up all the fan news and speculation and go off in any direction. It is my belief that if Lucasfilm put out like a weekly little thing, like, do you know what I mean? Like, like even if it's just a photo of a droid that's in Andor and it's like, it doesn't give away anything, but it keeps excitement up. It keeps chatter up. It gives fans something to talk about, but it's kind of would take the heat of like with 6 months of nothing, then like we've got to go out here and do this. I just don't think they get how the internet like truly works and the culture of it, the way they like hold back toys and then they all just get like spilled out anyway. It is so odd. But I did put out, and we'll get into these in 2 seconds, a call for what the new name of Lucasfilm will be. I don't know what Mike Zero thought it would be because I didn't watch the video. But we have got a lot of suggestions. John Bishop, a man that gobbles up every tidbit of Star Wars information every week, says he totally agrees. Give us something. That's another thing altogether. Michael Nip says, one thing Lucasfilm will never do is turn off the comments. Turn off the comment. Turn off the live chat. Oh, my God. Whenever they have one of those Hasbro fan first things, the chat is just like, this isn't getting anyone anywhere. I don't know if they leave it on because the commenting like algorithms it or something, but don't. It's,
I guess it's engagement, and that might like drive it up on the whatever YouTube uses.
Like if I'm any indication, and I feel like I am, it's like I see that. And it doesn't like it's driving up engagement from people doing nothing. Like, do you know what I mean? They're not really, they're there just to spoil the vibe check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I just said that and I wasn't close to a,
this is a vibe check.
Anyway, so is after like it reminds me of like, oh, that's right. There's Star Wars fans that are terrible. I'm going to go back into my little like zone again. It bums me out. And I'm sure it does to tons of other people. But here's another good one. Again, this is like the last 4 videos. George Lucas is directing Star Wars again, Emily.
Hasn't Mark Zero put out this video like 8 billion times?
Well, it is the new Luke's going to tear down a Star Destroyer out of the sky. And he's endless. Brie Larson hired by Lucasfilm, fired by Lucasfilm. It just depends which way the wind is blowing. She's had that contract torn up many, many, many times. But so yeah, he is quite a card. But did you conceive of any titles for the new Lucasfilm before we get into our suggestions?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Woke Ovary Films. That's because that's everything that they always talk about Kathleen Kennedy of, is that her like weird feminazi shit, and Star Wars is too woke now.
You're on the right path. Here we go. I'll run through a few. Alex Powers said Catbusters. I'm not sure what that one means. I hope I didn't say something very offensive. This one might be up your alley. From Jared, the Dark Jedi, the Vagina Film Company.
Along the same line, I like it.
Okay. J. Patrick Stublin says KK's Movies Supreme. I like this one. Jerry the Cannon Junkie. Who would die for Omega, by the way? Who wouldn't? Vagina Booby Power, a subsidiary. No, wait, I haven't finished the title. I've got to give the full corporate.
Okay. I'm ready.
Don't make me mute you. Vagina Booby Power, a subsidiary of Kill All Men. King Tom Chansky, the king of all podcasts, he has got a great one. Lucasfilm.
That's good.
Thurbo has got Lucasfilm, but he's added 2 Ks in for Kathleen Kennedy. Ion Cannon, Larson Film, again, harking back to those ever-present Brie Larson is taking over Lucasfilm deals. Anthony says Lucasfilm 2, Kennedy Boogaloo. It's not bad. Shark Replicant, Shark Tweets 12 says Girl Force Studios. Stuart Lugston says Girl Power Studios. This one is good. Good wordplay. Rob says Luke is Dead Film.
Ooh.
Josh Scar says Lucas Film. John has gone for Kennedy Marshall, making the takeover complete with her husband. Edelyn has got a good one. Raylo Film Limited. This is a very good one from Vickish, the Kennedy Space Center.
Ooh.
I wonder if I've got any more down here. That's about it. I had, instead of Lucasfilm, what do you think of this one, Emily? Fallopian Flicks.
I like that a lot. I think that should actually be like a new streaming service.
Oh, really? Nice. Yeah. Thurbo says Lucas Shills in the comments. Mary is enjoying all these suggestions. But so there you go. Mike Zero. What a journalist.
Yep. It's right up there with Fox News.
He's like the Bizarro World Bresnikan.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other really weird thing I saw today? Oh, it was I've got the Google like alert thing, so it tells me when there's Star Wars things. There's Star Wars things all the time, and there's this website Inside the Magic that has amazing what is it, SSR, whatever it is on the Google search. They're very good at it, right? Now, there was this thing where apparently the Rise of Skywalker, the filter on the color settings, like I'm talking layman terms, and I'm a layman, trust me. The color filter got changed for the Disney Plus version. Have you heard about this?
I heard that it was updated, but I didn't know that it had been different.
Well, it's in dispute whether it was updated in the end anyway, because there was this whole technical thing about how the photos that they were using when they're changed to a JPEG or whatever. Anyway, so the guy that originally noticed it has said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong about that. I'm sorry I brought it up. It's not different." But so it's in dispute if the color has been changed or not, right?
So was it just like he had changed some stuff on his TV settings and didn't realize it, or what?
No, it's something about where they were getting the grabs from for the images to compare. I don't know. It's
Okay.
It is what it is. But anyway, the point being, John Bishop. See, I told you John Bishop's over every bit of Star Wars news. The poor guy who tweeted it admitted it was wrong and apologized. This is how Inside the Magic reported this. So it might not, the colors might not have even been changed. Are you ready, Emily?
I'm ready.
Disney Plus just completely changed the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my God.
Aubrey's here. What do you think?
No.
You idiot. Exactly. I got some new grabs, Emily. I'm very keen to use them.
Yeah, I noticed.
Do you want me to stop using them? Because if you do,
This is a battle I do not think that we can win.
I just like the big grin you have on your face whenever you use them. I can't tell you not to.
I don't know what it is. They're the best. When you get a sweet one, oh, so good. So good. Okay. People are enjoying my maniacal laugh. Excellent. Excellent work. So there is that. Oh my God. How have we just done 28 minutes?
Uh-oh.
Is that right? I feel like we've been talking for about 4.5 minutes.
Look, time flies when you are talking about Mark Zero.
I was seriously like, oh my God, we're on to the final thing and we've only just started. God, I'm really in a vortex here. Oh, John Bishop, gorgeous chompers on Steele. Okay. All right. So this is a bit of an explanation. Aaron Taylor in the chat says, oh my God, Stonehenge is his avatar, which is interesting. He says you can't judge color-corrected material with JPEG stills. You need a calibrated monitor. So, like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, past getting the aspect ratio right on the TV, it's all out of my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of happy like that. How good do you need it?
Yeah, I'm perfectly happy still watching things on VHS, so I'm a really bad judge.
All right. This comment is just, might have to ban Andrew Jardine. He says, I heard they made Palpatine blink using CGI. You animal. You bloody animal. All righty. Hey, before we get to our final little topic, I should just point out this is a Patreon all access episode. So this will be on the iTunes version in audio. And if you want more podcasts like this, in your headphones all the time. Just $3 a month at patreon.com/Steele Wars. Do you know what I'm putting up today, Emily?
I don't.
The second Robo report within a week.
That's a lot of Robo.
It was a good amount of Robo. It was a good amount. So link is in those show notes and all that good stuff. But Bad Batch, how you been traveling with it, Emily?
I'm really surprised with how much I'm enjoying it. I did not expect to like it at all. And I still think I'm probably at some point with 16 episodes going to get bored. But for now, I'm loving it, mostly down to how much I adore Omega.
Omega. Blasters. I love the way she said blasters this week.
I love everything about her. She's adorable.
I was having a good time first 3 episodes. The last one, it's sort of like that robot thing. That's my heli saber. That's my heli saber to bear on this one. I just couldn't believe it.
Feels like a thing you do when you have 16 episodes and not 16 episodes worth of story.
Yeah. Now, in retrospect, I'm predicting a retrospect that the only way that this episode can redeem itself is if the mystery posed of who is Fennec Shan working with, the answer to that has to be worth an episode of whatevering. Do you know what I mean? Which is sort of on brand for Fennec Shan because, you know, episode 5 of The Mandalorian, The Gunslinger, despite being one of the greatest things ever live streamed in the brief history of live streaming, it was maligned. So, pardon me?
I said R.I.P. Toro.
No one's ever really gone, Emily. Trust me.
Okay.
But was the whole episode set up Fennec Shan for the next series, which I loved that sort of story building. Was like, it's not like reappropriating something that was in a previous episode to say, hey, that means that. It was like, no, we put a little rump here, a little nugget, and then we let it, I should have said seed, because then I could have used the metaphor of letting it grow to the next season. But nugget. They left that nugget there, and then they waited till the next series to dip that nugget into some sweet Boba Fett sauce.
Okay. I mean, it could have grown into a delicious chicken nugget tree.
Be serious, Emily. They don't have chicken nuggets in trees. Sort of thing. If my son hears, I'm never going to hear the end of it. Where's Nugget Tree? Nugget Tree? Nugget Tree. Where's Nugget Tree? He would not let me up. So I feel like it has to be someone, because I have faith in the man under the hat, his new promotion or his old promotion, whatever. I feel like if it was one of, and I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, I feel like if it was, say, Torn Wee, one of the Commonians, I feel like that would have been, they would have gone back and shown her talking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it has to be, or at least I hope, it has to be worth it being kept secret for now. Because if it just turns out to be one of the comedians, then that's not really like a surprise. Like there's no like gasp moment if you figure that out later.
Yeah, it would be sort of like, I had that same vibe with what was The Power Broker. Mm-hmm. In did you watch it? The the Winter Soldier and the
Yeah.
Birdman.
The Winter Soldier and Birdman, yes.
Yeah, I felt like when it was revealed, it was like, oh, it was like, was it a? I don't know. It was just what it was. But yeah, I sort of feel like that would sort of like, oh, you waited to tell us the most obvious one, but where did my little window go? Actually, what about a young Boba Fett? Could of because I'm trying to line it up with the Mandalorian, right? And Fennec was found by Boba Fett on Tatooine, but it could be that she traveled to Tatooine knowing that Boba Fett was there because they have been in cahoots back since the dawn of the Empire. What do you reckon of that one?
I'm having a hard time coming up with a reason why Boba Fett would be interested in her.
Could it be that as a fellow clone and an altered clone, that in a way they are related?
Oh, that's true. I hadn't thought about that.
Well, that's why I'm here on the internet.
I weirdly I kind of forget that he is also one of the clones.
How dare you?
I just don't think about it because no, he's just so much his own character.
True. How when you look at this picture, it is so hard to then like that Tamira Morrison's like battle scarred Boba Fett in The Mandalorian is the same character.
Yeah.
Now we've got Sheev up there. I hear that tossed around a little bit, but I'm not so sure.
I don't think it being anybody in the Empire is worth it being a surprise.
What about the Crimson Dawn? I think it is very own Darth Maul.
I would prefer not to see Darth Maul yet again.
I agree with that. Give him a break, especially now animation. Save him up. Now, here's my hope and prediction. I think, because Fennec Shan is a beloved character.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love Fennec Shan? Emily? Who amongst us?
Nobody, I hope.
Exactly. Well, there's just two of us. So that's 100%. And I found like it was a bummer that like she was a heel. She was hunting Omega. You know, it was sort of like, oh, come on, Fennec. But at the same time, she like it was sort of played that she was being caring, like creepily caring. Do you know what I mean? Sort of like the witch in Snow White with the apple sort of thing, like to lure her in. But what if it's all a sort of diversion, a swerve, and who she's working with is someone on the good side, like your Bail Organa?
I really like that, and not just because it means we'd get Bail Organa, because I love me some space Jimmy Smits, but I think it being one of the quote unquote good guys is much more interesting, because I think it's better to occasionally not just have it be good guys versus bad guys, but to have your good guys be in conflict with each other.
Yes. And that's sort of like Captain America Civil War. I'm talking about a lot about Marvel today. I don't know why. But that was like the crazy thing about it was, it was good guys versus good guys with sort of bad guys reaping the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's hard to say, especially with like the new show coming up. It would be, I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be a face turn. I could be mistaken, and it's admittedly wishful thinking, but I do think in the end that she's going to be working for someone with Omega's best sort of their best intentions for Omega, because also to Fennec Shan and say Bail Organa or someone else, I would have put in Saw Gerrera, but he's already in the show.
Oh yeah.
So if it's revealed that like Saw Gerrera's on the other end of the walkie-talkie, it's like, saw you in the first episode, bro. Chill out. Bloody go pat Bor Gullet. Oh, what if it was Bor Gullet? That'd be good.
That would definitely be a surprise.
We got to get, what's his name? Old Mikey Z in the Bor Gullet. Hey,
that's a good way to guarantee it never happens.
This is what I've always wondered about him. Is he like, is he talking to anyone? Like, do you know what I mean? Like these people that are giving him these rumors, like, is it like, is there a person at least messaging him and going, I'm just making stuff up. How about this? Or is he just like, just concocting it in his brain? What do you reckon?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that before. That is a good question. Like there's some sort of like mysterious Q figure who is actually making all these conspiracy theories and lies and just feeding it to him. And he just, for some reason, continues to believe and report on them, even though they're all wrong.
Because I was thinking about it. I was like, well, if that's the case, after 5 years, you've got to go, hey, man, none of this is working out. Like the only ones I've gotten right, they were already on Twitter. It's what's up with this, dude? What's up? When's this Star Destroyer going down? Oh, here's one for you. I don't see how it ties in, but Luke Hoth thinks it might be Krennic.
Who cares how it ties in? Just do it.
Michael Nip. Mike Zero just talks to his bank account. Yeah, well. Oh my God. Just Michael also says probably just Nala Say. Oh, I thought it was. Oh, so is that a different character than Torn Wee? They all look the same to me. Is that my problem? I guess they're
so racist.
I'm Kaminanist. I reckon I don't have high hopes for Kamino by the end of this. I reckon Kamino's going down.
Like, it seems like it has to.
Yeah, I just feel like they're going to cross the boss and then hello bombardment. And we're going to see that's my big prediction. Destroyed Kamino, sunken. And so to find what you want in there, you've got to get a knife and hold it up to the horizon, stuff like that. Oh, Han says, I just finished watching Birdman and Metal Armor yesterday. Power Broker, yeah. Hans has been posting some good skate clips. He's back into it down in Paran. I knew Hans in the 90s, Emily. The best time to know anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right, Leidra says, lol, I had no idea this was a hill I was interested in building, yet here we are, especially with the speculation that Omega looks the way she does due to Tem's sister, Tiani. Like Tamira Morrison's real sister? Leidra, you need to expand on that one. See, Hans remembers the 90s. He's having a good time. Leidra, explain this. Explain. Where's Leidra? Waiting for a comment. All right, come on, Leidra. Type. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's sad. His real sister, his late sister. Oh, that's... Man, that's... I did not expect that. Did you, Emily?
No, I didn't know that.
This is a vibe check.
Now, so are you with me on the good guy? Random good guy?
Yeah, although Leidra did, I was scrolling back in the comments, she did bring up earlier that it's got to be somebody who knows about Omega. And I guess it could be the good guys have some sort of mole in Camino or something, but
what if, what's her name, Lara Sue or something? The Caminoan.
I have no idea.
Old mate Longneck, right? What if old mate Longy, right? She leaked it in an effort to help Omega.
Yeah.
Thus making Tarkin even angrier and the bombs to come down faster. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to make him mad.
you just don't. He's like, I feel like he's at his dickish, like his most dick. Big dick. Not a compliment either. Not a compliment. He's just been a real prick in this series.
He's super bitchy in this series. I'm loving it. Steve Stebbins killing it.
He's very good. He's very good. Rick Jones says, I speculate Omega has Palpatine's hair. Yeah, I don't know. This is a problem with that. That by itself, fine and interesting, but there's too many ideas and vibes getting shared between the Mandalorian and the Bad Batch. That's why I'm just like, if she's got like Force abilities and stuff, it's like it's too Grogu-y. Because there's been several scenes that, like the whole thing with, you know, trying to handball the child to someone else who's going to lead a safer life. Like it was very similar. And also triggering, because it's trust me, it is very hard to convince someone to take your child. Very hard. So I hear. Wouldn't dream of it. Would not dream of it. Brent says, I just thought of something. With the Chameleons, it's like, yeah, nah. The K-Dog, let's call them the K-Nex. The K-Nex connection to the Mandalorians. What if they hired Bo-Katan and Fennec to search for Omega? But Bo-Katan doesn't know Fennec yet. You're getting, I think the timeline is skewing your brain.
And she'd be too young then, right?
No, because Bo-Katan was in the Clone Wars.
Oh, duh, yeah.
She wears her age well. She's the Bo-Katan is the Ant-Man. That's another MCU reference. What's his name? And people are always like, this guy's 86. Yes. Love him. Are you a fan? Not a fan?
Of course I'm a fan. It's Paul Rudd. Everybody likes Paul Rudd.
All right. Good. Matthew Mole says Cad Bane is incoming. Yeah,
I'd be so happy.
Really?
One of the only Clone Wars characters I just adore. It's such a ridiculous character. I love him.
Yeah, I'm up for sure, but it's sort of, even if he is involved, it doesn't really answer the question.
Yeah,
because like it's still got to be for someone.
Yeah, because it can't just be Cad Bane doing it for himself. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, or even for, I don't know, if it's for like the Imperial bounty or something, it's sort of like you've got this whole other aspect to the hunt for Omega that you could add. But if it's just like, oh, they're just with them, it's, I don't know, it's kind of like ho hum. Apparently this is from Andrew Jardine that the Jerk Store called about Tarkin and they're running out of him.
Very good.
Very, very good. But yeah, I'm hoping, and I feel like it would make for the most compelling storyline if we do have someone either with definite shades of grey or the greater good that is working with Fennec. I don't mind if Boba Fett's involved because it would sort of loop that second part of this, like I first assumed that Boba Fett just found her on the ground, as you do. But if they, if he found her because she was coming to see him, then that would be decent. It was interesting that Pablo Hidalgo was tweeting about the character model for Fennec Shan was done before episode 5 of The Mandalorian, The Gunslinger, starring Jake Carnival as Toro Calican. The character model was already done for the Bad Batch animation before that was even filmed. So that's how far ahead the animation's working.
Wow.
I
mean, I suppose that makes sense because it can feel when you're watching this show after that, it can feel like, oh, they threw her in because she was popular on the show. But obviously, with the lead time of animation, that's not how it works out.
Yeah. Johnny G says, how can you talk about cartoons for 50 minutes? Lol. Well, it's very easy. But I have to call you out. We did talk about Lucasfilm's new name for the bulk of that time. Alrighty. What's sort of like your rating out of 10 thus far on the series?
Probably about like a 7. Like the stuff that I'm enjoying with it, I'm really enjoying. Like I love Omega. I like her interaction with the rest of the batch. There's been some like draggy moments for me, but it's for me, it's my favorite of the animated stuff so far.
I don't know. Like Rebels frustrated me so much, but it did have a lot of good stuff. Had a lot of good moments. So I'm at a 7. I'm doing it mathematically because I've got my score and I average it out. And I'm 8, 7, 7, and then the last one got 6. So that is a 7. But I am a bit worried about the 16 episodes. And it's like fine if you go to a planet and you crash and you've got to look for food and like if you've got the order for 16 episodes, you've got to fill it out. But just don't do goofy stuff like I'm a robot. It just
not good.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Luke Hoth has got it at a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Johnny G says Rebels was the bomb. Sal's talking about those Rebels days.
Sorry, Sal.
Sorry, Sal. Alrighty. Emily, I'm tripping out because it's 56 minutes and I feel like we've done it. I feel like it's 10 minutes.
I'm very pleasant to talk to.
Interesting. Okay, that's one theory. Tell everyone on the internet about that sweet, sweet Canto Bight Dispatch.
Yeah, I do a Star Wars mostly podcast with my good friend Brittany Brown. We have a lot of fun. We talk about the Bad Batch, talk about whatever's going on in Star Wars and whatever else we happen to be doing. Check that out wherever you find podcasts, and you can find it on Twitter at Canto Bight Pod. I especially recommend going back a couple episodes and listening to our in-depth coverage of the first episode of Bad Batch. I'm very proud of it.
I don't know if you should do that, everyone, because I was very confused. And I'm like, are they really going to stick to this joke the entire episode? And spoiler alert.
It's not funny if you're not committed.
Oh, my stars. Oh, my stars.
I did more work for that joke than I normally do for any real thing we talk about on the podcast.
I do have to say, Matthew Mole is celebrating the Gossip Girl Dispatch episode with Steele, where we reviewed the finale of Gossip Girl. And I did rock up to that podcast with more notes than I'd ever written for anything like on a Star Wars podcast. I was like, we were about to get going. I just got to get my notes ready. And I had all my little Gossip Girl. Oh, what a show. What a finale. What a finale. Lidra says thanks. And we thank her for joining us most every live stream. And I'm sure she's done it already, but everyone else, let's go algorithm. Honor and obey our old mate Algo. Give us a comment below who you think that Fennec Shan is in league with. You can also go to belowthecollar.com/Steele Wars and you can check out the new, let's get rid of this, the new Steele Wars Friends Don't Let Friends t-shirt. Chris Hall artwork. Let's get it up there. That is just such a good illustration of extreme violence. Not showing very well on the link, but click the link. It's in your little show notes, and all the other new tees are up there as well. Excellent. What a good time. I'm still hesitant to end the show because it does feel like we've done it for about 13 minutes now, but what a good time. Hopefully the time flew for the listener. We are almost on 1 hour. We will be back on the live stream on YouTube, youtube.com/Steele Wars Thursday, more than likely with our buddy Corey for Corey Thursdays. If you are a patron, that episode will be in audio form as well on your podcast feed, as well as the second Robbo Report overnight our second in 7 days. And we do other bonus shows like Star Wars U by Podcast with Horst Burkhart, going through Star Wars history, and King Tom's Page Wars. I just had to calm down after all that plugging. It was a bit much. Clearly, Emily, this episode has gone on
long enough.
So, thank you very much, and may that force be with you. Hey, you know it's me that emails Mike Zero every week, all that info. Every time. I'm like, no, it will happen this week. This is the one. This is the one. And he's like, okay, I'll make a video. Sweet, Mike. Sweet.